Right.
Do you also want to publish it into announcements and like anyone who's following the actual announcements page, you publish that? Because I know other servers are following it.
Yeah.
So.
Before you do, let me just... I've just set it to go
I
live.
can't. It's your message. Discord's changed things, so you have to do it. The person who sent the message actually has to. So.
Right, we're now live on said YouTube channel. Let me just send that to Shad. Shad, if you can make an announcement quickly, do an at everyone as well.
On it.
Oh, that's the dangerous. Pinging everyone.
Vilma, you need to mute yourself as well.
Shouldn't it just be live streams?
I am push to talk.
Sorry, wait. Are you
Okay.
live on the YouTube channel or are you?
Yeah, it's live.
It's not live here. I'm checking.
Yep, it's up.
It's live.
Are you looking at the right thing?
Probably not.
I'll
That's why
DM
he's
you
that's
the
why he's doing that's why Shad's doing an announcement, because it's on a different YouTube channel.
Echo. It's
Oh, it's on a
this.
different YouTube account.
I just told you about
I'm checking
it.
the official. Yes, I know, but I got confused when you said we're live. I was like, what? Okay. You have a 43-minute clip.
Yeah. That's all of
Do you
the
ever sleep?
Nope.
What?
That's all of it's not even all of the things, but it's quite a lot of the updates, dev updates.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna. There's two musics over the top of each other because I actually use a shitty system, but it's fine. Look at that logo.
Oh, are people gonna join here or?
People can join here if they want to. They just can't talk.
You have a link to that particular. You know what? I'm asking a question.
I'm sending it to you.
I should just read the
Announcements.
You should just read the announcement.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, I should probably have a half brain cell and just read the dang announcement.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry. It's all good. I did worse. I couldn't find the Unreal
I do
project
that
and it was
all
sitting
the
in front of me.
time. I ask a question. I'm like, you know what? I should probably, like, midway through the question, I realize what I'm asking and go, heck.
Right, let's hope it doesn't. When this thing ends, let's hope it doesn't go on to something embarrassing.
Bray.
I guess I'll pull my microphone a little bit closer so you can hear me scream at frustration while I work on this thing.
How? Am I just loud as fuck? Am I? Sorry, am I just
I
loud?
guess you are.
It's my settings, because when I used to do streaming and stuff, I had to have mine on the loudest. I can lower it down. Hold on.
Yeah, no, you turned me down. I know.
I've hired you up now.
I get it. I
No, on
understand.
Discord you're really loud, but on this you're quiet.
Really? Oh.
Mm.
I know my mic's on the fritz. I think because like if I turn my gain up just a tad, like you hear like a high pitched squeal now.
Right. So for everyone that's watching, if you're not in the Discord, because I know some people are probably from the channel that have no idea what this is about. So if you join the Discord, in the description, you can go to stage questions and you can ask more questions there. We'll be going through all of them and making sure we answer all of them. It's probably going to be an hour or 2 hours long. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in stage questions, but please don't talk in there or you'll get slapped.
What if we want to get slapped?
No.
Kinky.
Oh, that's great.
If there's
See,
any...
this is why sinful is in front of my name, because you know I'm gonna be that person.
Oh yeah, trust me, we know.
Especially that image you sent the other day. Jesus.
The image that I sent the other... You're gonna have to clarify, which image did I send the other day?
Oh no, there's multiple.
That's the joke. You didn't send anything.
I mean, I can send one for you real quick.
I'm sure I could find something.
I mean, let's not go into the developer section of the of what X
got the
made the
perfect
other day.
one.
Yeah.
I got
That
the
was
perfect
hilarious.
one. There you go.
No one wants to see the flashlight, Willie.
Oh no, you can't say that here.
Nobody heard that.
Oh,
You can't say that.
you can't say that, bro.
See, I could if I move my. I could move my Discord over and just, ban this entire channel.
Black,
Yes.
you might want to check the reactions of that message.
Yeah,
you found.
I'm doing it. I'm
Thank
removing
you.
it.
What?
Check the reactions.
Hold on, let me
Yeah.
remove
What do
that.
you mean reactions?
Check the reactions of the
The
message. There you go. Thank you.
There you go.
What is that, Dan word?
Yeah.
Ban them.
who
is
said
what
I
that?
think we should have just set reactions people can just, have. I'm going to add my personal favorite there.
Well, that's the first. Is that the first ban?
That is
Oh.
the first ban. That is the
Wow.
first ever ban.
Yay! First ever ban.
That's not a good thing.
That is not something we should be
Not something to
happy
be
about.
proud of, guys.
I'm just being optimistic.
As you all can tell, it's just a bunch of, devs being, special. It's fine. These are
When
most meetings.
we will be starting once this video hits 10 minutes, because that's when it starts going into the other shit. Just to let you guys know, so it gives time for people to join.
Wait, are you playing music?
Yeah,
For
it's
the
in the
live
back.
stream?
It's in the background of the.
I don't even hear anything.
Oh, I can hire it. Oh, I can't hire it. Can I hire it?
Probably.
Clark, sing us something.
No, I used to.
We
be,
should
I,
sing!
I used to sing.
We should sing.
When I was
We
younger,
should all
I
sing.
used to. I've performed for some of the royal family.
My God.
Actually,
Karaoke
no,
time.
Black. Here's something we do because we've shown it off already. That's like one of the soundtracks for Wings of Dawn now.
Yeah, it's at the beginning of the thing, but I couldn't make it longer.
You could. It's just play it on repeat for like an hour.
Hold on, let me.
Art is rolling T20 for reaction.
But it is quiet because I don't hear
Roll for
anything.
Reactions?
There you go.
The
What?
T20, it's a Dungeons and
Well,
Dragons.
well, I know that, but you
there we
actually like you need to gauge on how you're going to react or how strongly you react. So you roll a d20.
I got a 3.
I'm just trying to follow the logic, okay?
I see a friendo. Hello, Noelani. Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome to the stream.
Good chat.
I got a 3.
Chat,
That's not
have
good.
a well
Good
being
talk.
chat time. So far.
Have you met me, Shad?
Right?
Have you met me, Shad? When do I ever behave?
I will get a chocolate. Or sandal.
So just a reminder for everyone that's just joined, feel free to, if you have any questions, just go to stage questions and leave more questions there. A bunch of people have already done it and we'll be reading through them. While we are reading through them, if you have any more questions, just post them in there as well. As long as they're appropriate.
The stream and Discord are slightly off, so I can't have both. But on
That's 'cause
server
they're in the
side, I
call.
should mute.
That's because they're in the call.
Yeah, Fate, you should probably listen to stream. That way you don't end up, or you,
Or they could
you-
just
whichever you
you
want.
could just mute one of them. It's whichever.
You gotta take your pick.
Yeah.
You use Windows 11?
Hmm?
You're using Windows 11?
Am I?
No.
I don't know. Right.
No, it's Windows 10. We have not updated to Windows 11.
You sure about that? Because he has icons for Windows 11.
I have no idea.
What's the Windows icon? Is it white or blue?
Huh?
You know the Windows icon, either bottom left or in the center of your screen.
black.
Is it or it's black? That's no help.
That's not even remotely
Whatever
helpful.
color he wanted it to be.
I was
You
waiting
can't
for
make
the
that color,
comment
though.
of like my soul.
can.
Not gonna lie.
Yes, you can. You can change the theme. You can change.
That's
the
what I
theme.
do.
Using
You can-
Windows for 5 years and I didn't know. Hold on a minute.
Mine's red.
Yeah, because you
Is
can see
that
my
right?
Windows because it's transparent, so I can see
Am
my
I just
background through
stupid?
it. Yes.
You can go into Windows
Wow.
settings and display settings, and you can actually change the color.
40 seconds.
40 seconds countdown.
Is it really?
I can't count.
Technically, no.
30.
No, don't you. Don't you
28,
technically
42,
know. Ah, there goes my phone.
71.
What are we counting?
I'm
can't
with you.
count.
No idea.
Okay.
Basically, it's 15 seconds until images start happening from the old
Oh,
announcements,
okay.
which is
Can
when
we
we
just take?
start.
Can we
My phone go.
take a minute and realize that this is the most devs that have been in call, even during meetings.
Yeah.
This is the most.
Oh, boom.
We usually have what 4 in
1,000
meetings.
subscribers. We had to be, on point.
Yay!
It's 1,000
Hey, look at
members. We gotta
that.
be here.
It's a dragon raptor thingy.
Is Ek
Right.
even here?
No,
Ek's not
she's
here.
drinking. Right. So we're going to start off by going from the top to bottom. Every time we read a question, we're going to tick it off. So Silver has asked, will the Selvrix be able to do somewhat withstand range attacks in a defense curl? Shad, that is your
What?
question. Oh, actually,
I am being
1 second.
Yeah.
It's brain.
It's like 6:30 in the morning.
Bro, why are you here?
Because we have 1,000 members.
That's fair.
Let's see.
I just got scared. None of my lights were on and none of my fans are running. I just thought my system crashed. And then I realized I had it in night. I had it in night mode, so I take that back. I'm not actually, you're okay. Everything's okay.
Okay, sure.
Right, going back to the thing. Sorry about that. We've got cat need medication. Anyway, so Silver asked, will the Selvrix be able to somewhat withstand ranged attacks in its defense curl?
Not. No. It is not efficient. Not very efficient about range attacks. But it will be very effective towards melee attacks, other than piercing. Humans can use spears as an example, to pierce the hide between the plates.
Okay. So airborne seals. Will environment temperature affect the dragons? E.g., would an icy crown start to die in the jungle? Shad, that is again for you.
There will be. You will not die from temperature changes. You will get at worst you will get a minor debuff, but a damage debuff for your elemental attacks, but you will not die from it.
Okay, moving on now to Reboot 19. Is the Kickstarter for this closed now? If not, where is it? So at the moment, it hasn't been opened. It will be opening soon, depending on the bank and a few other things in the background. If worst case, it could be 6 weeks. Best case, it could be less than 6 weeks, but it's completely out of our control when it will be in those 6 weeks period. I thought this would happen in the video. So I think the animation ones are glitched because of the program I used, so just enjoy that.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway, so Emmy Gra, I don't know how to pronounce that name. What does a team like best about working on the project? The stressful nature of people not doing work. No.
Rude.
Feel targeted.
I feel very targeted.
No. I think I love seeing people's work. That's my main thing. Guys, do you want to go one by one?
Sure, let's start from the top.
That's not fair. My name starts with A.
That's too bad.
That's your problem.
What do I like working with other people. I think working with other people is pretty awesome. And this is the first time I've worked in a nice, like, big project, and everyone's been, like, pretty amazing. And it gets me super excited to keep working on more stuff. Yeah.
Let's see here. I think my personal favorite thing about working on this project is exploring my capabilities with different things. You obviously started off with one biome and then have the chance to redo my entire, workflow and see what I can do. Being more creative with it. I think it's my personal favorite.
Yeah, we let you be very free with the design.
I believe that's now on to Psych, I think.
No, don't skip our map artist. Hito, do you wanna?
Yep, sorry, I
What?
forgot about that. You're up.
Hito, what is like the best about working on this project?
I would say just the open creativity. Like, we get to play God, essentially. We are literally creating everything and get to build something that doesn't exist.
I've already said mine. So I enjoy bossing people around, making sure they're doing the work, and then when they're not doing work, calling them up on it, and then saying, "Oh, I'm in hospital." No. I think that I love seeing what people's, sort of giving them a task, and then they go off to do their task, and then they come back with something, really cool. Oh, it's a Sneezing William. I'm seeing this all before you lot, so it's a Sneezing William on repeat.
Oh god.
But yeah, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy seeing people's creative freedom.
For everybody who may be confused, Clack is my second lead developer, community manager, and PR.
Also, I'm dealing with all the fucking behind-the-scenes legal crap. It sucks.
Yeah, he's a multitask man.
Aw, poor baby.
Isn't that what the right-hand man is for, though? Dealing with all the legal flack.
Alright, Sai,
No
your
comment.
turn.
Okay. So my favorite thing, I think, honestly, is just being able to be a part of something like this. Because I've done, little writing projects and editing projects here and there, but being able to, create a story from scratch and just continue to build on it, incorporating it into the game, I'm just looking forward to being able to do more of that and to see how it gets actually implemented into the game itself. That's gonna be probably my favorite part, because I'm just a lover of words. So, but I do also like seeing all the creativity in making the skins. I think that's the funnest part of it, because it's not as stressful. You just kind of get to sit there and let your mind go crazy with a concept for a skin. So I love seeing all of the skins that get brought up, especially in the community. I love seeing all the unique ideas that come around. So those are my favorite things.
Oh god, this is horrible. My best thing about the project is to see all of us coming together and doing something extremely amazing. And in my opinion, unique. I love watching people be in their own element, just vibing. It's amazing to watch people, other developers stream and learn about their own branches. Oh god. And I also love to see the community creating all sorts of creature suggestions. We have the event going on right now. I love all of the entries. And the memes. I know we have people doing memes. Yeah, I love it. I really love just everything about it. I cannot really pick just one thing.
Sin, go.
Like a Pokemon.
I mean, aren't we all?
That's fair.
No.
Okay. So I've been a part of a variety of different development teams in the past, one of which was Path of Titans. I was a skin artist for them. And the one thing I can say that is definitely different between that development team and this development team is that each individual person is treated with the understanding that they know what they're doing for the most part. I mean, obviously I second guess myself all the time. But we're all part of the team and we're not treated lesser than part of the team, which is something I could say that I unfortunately experienced during Path of Titans. Skin artists were kind of treated lesser than the rest of the development team, which was very unfortunate. What? It's not drama. It was just something that I had noticed. And a variety of the other skin artists had noticed, and a few other people. But, yeah, just being treated as a team member who knows what they're doing and not questioned too much.
Yeah, that's an important thing for me because I am not a programmer. Despite being the lead developer, I am not a programmer. So we hire people who have previous experience, and to an extent they know what they're doing. I am not a control freak person. I do not go around second questioning everything that everybody does. It's not my branch. I expect people to know what they're doing. And everyone is treated equally as a member of the branch. It's a mutual respect. Fenrir, go!
Yes! Okay. So, my favorite thing about working in this project is probably also my favorite thing about programming is literally being God, because you can do everything while programming. You can see the Williams that when I got them, they were just standing still or brainless. And you can give them a brain, you can then see them move, you can see them go eat, sit down, and live. So you create life. And you can also get to see funny bugs and mess around. Like, I once created, by mistake, a gigantic William who was like 20 times larger than Vulgan.
The almighty God, William.
Yes.
Mega Evolution William.
Alright,
Yeah.
so just to move on from this question, they did have what's your favourite board game, so we're just going to do that very quickly. So just say the first thing that comes into your head, if anything. D&D.
I agree.
D&D,
Yes.
absolutely.
D&D and Card Against the Humanity.
Wow.
Oh,
you know-
yeah.
Oh, so rude. Chess.
Yikes! Yeah,
Hey.
chess for me too. I'm like, I don't know what it is about chess, man. It's just so. It's a one-on-one with you and somebody else, and it's like so strategic. It's
Where friendship
calming.
go to die sometimes.
Sometimes. I think Uno is more geared towards ruining lives of family and friends.
Oh God.
That is true. I take that back.
There are no allies in Uno.
It's like
You want to
Monopoly.
see a friend group turn on each other? Have them play Uno.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. Okay. So Lee has asked, will there be more intricate game mechanics like killing animations, body carrying, and a kick/tail whip, or will they be implemented later? So, starting off with slightly killing animations. As much as I would love to add, like, finishing blows to downed enemies or players, I think that's a future problem. Body carrying. Now that would be a thing that would be introduced relatively early on, because obviously dragons need to possibly carry a body away to a safe location, or a human has to pull the bodies back to maybe their camp, or just to somewhere else, or they want to hide a body or something like that. When it comes to tail whips, I'm assuming that's meaning for dragons. I believe that there will be. Is that correct? Yeah, okay. But a lot of more in-depth, intricate game mechanics will be added later on. The core mechanics will come first. Aurora and Kingslayer. First question, how will the process of taming AI creatures work? Now Shad has a system for that, if you'd like to say.
Yeah, so AI taming will be passive taming. You will require to make a connection with the animal. You will just basically start with offering its favorite food for them until the creature will feel familiar and comfortable within your presence, until it allows you to actually approach it. Pack animals, hive creatures, and herds will require you to isolate a single individual in order for the taming to start working. Otherwise, it will fail. You cannot tame an entire herd of creatures, unfortunately.
Okay, expanding onto that, some of the larger creatures, some of the more apex creatures that humans will be able to tame, the only way that you'd be able to do that is by stealing an egg from their nest and then raising it, hand-rearing it yourself. Otherwise it'll be too overpowered if you could just go out and tame the NPC constantly. Their second question, will the NPC/AI-led factions settlements expand dynamically with time, or stay relatively stagnant? No, so the faction settlements will stay as they are. They won't grow, they won't change, they just stay as they are, because humans will need to trade at those settlements, so they're safe zones. If you find AIs outside in camps, they're basically the same sort of thing, except they can be killed and or hired, etc., when we do get to that stage. IS1's asking, will there be a banana? Yes, there will be bananas.
Banana.
Esternes, to what extent will you be able to customize our human characters? Will there be scar/injury mechanics for both them and dragons? So human characters at the beginning is just going to be very basic, change your hair, eye color maybe, and that's about it. But the more as we progress, we want to add being able to change gender, race, hair colors, if you want to have a beard, hair length, basically all the sort of typical things you would find in customization for human characters. Injuries for humans, probably not. I think that would be too much of a pain to deal with, because humans will probably be dying a bit more than dragons, because human characters obviously don't take as long to get back up to where you were as dragons. Scarring for dragons, I will say that's going to be a mechanic later on down the line.
Possibly down in the line, yes. It would be sort of a locational damage. sort of thing. So if you're hit on the shoulder, it will over time heal, but it will leave dull scarring, show off that, oh, you have been around the town, so to speak.
Okay, moving on to Renee's question. If people buy the £5,000 pledge for the personalised dragon and the dragon cannot be made for whatever reason, so game is dead, dragon too difficult in designs, will the money be refunded or do we get something else instead? So, much like any other pledge, all the pledges will be dealt with and done. The base dragons will be made first, followed by the dragons, probably the 5k dragons, followed then by the 1k dragons, because the 1k dragons are just different variations of the 10 already existing dragons. If the game is dead, that means at one point it was alive, so I'm going to say no, there'll be no refunds, because by that point the game should have been finished. If the difficulty of the design is too strong, or doesn't fit the game, our artists will work with you to come up with a design that best suits yourself. Because refunding money with Kickstarter, there are problems with that, and we will try to fit it best. And if you are going to spend 5k already, then probably best to come talk to us first anyway, just so that we can come up with a design together. Following on, so that's how do you pronounce that following name? Anyone know?
Altaloon.
Altaloon? Okay. The description of the game says players playing as people who decide not to group with other people will be able to group with dragons. How will the single human player interact with dragons? Will they be able to ride dragons? Will they be able to group with a group of dragons, or just lone dragons? So the way that nomads work, is what we're calling them, is they won't be able to go to human settlements, meaning the safe zone settlements, so that will be either the temple or the colonists. They'll be able to team up in a group. The human, anyone can join this group, so from more dragons or more humans, unless that changes, but everything's subject to change. So, how to describe? So, the nomad dragons that join will not be able to log out of the game, unlike their counterparts, which are normal dragons, who will be able to log out of the game. This is because humans and dragons teaming up causes a bit of an issue of being overpowered. So, the human will have to look after the dragon while it sleeps, so making a big barn, covering it up, making sure no one can get to it. However, the benefits of being a nomad is the nomad can craft different armor types for the dragon, and that will give them a slight buff to certain things, but they'll also get debuffed because of that as well. Yes, they will be able to ride the dragon, but they won't have any control over the player dragon, and there'll be no AI dragons in the game. No flying mounts for humans, because that adds problems and it's not fun in general. If you've played Ark before, having people that pick other people up and just drop them, it's not fun, in my opinion. Is there anything else to that question that I've missed?
I think you covered it very well.
Okay. So iGames 1234444. If you will add modding to the game, will you be able to add more AI animals / dragons to the game, or will modding support be similar to changes in skins, items for humans, etc.? So modding is not on our radar until we've fully finished the game, because we have to think about the future. So if we decide to add any DLCs, which I'm not even going to talk about now because there's no point, we need the game first, then it will become after all that stuff. We will be having a skin system similar to that of the game Rust, if you've played that. So the way the Rust skins work is they have armor, weapons, and clothing. The community make the skins, and then the dev team of the Rust team decide which ones will be added into the game if it matches the style. They're then added, they're given a price, then the person that made the skin will be given a certain percentage of that, and then the rest goes into Rust or the company itself. So we'll be doing a similar system. So that would also include animals, dragons, armor, and maybe a few mounts as well, and a few saddles. So Noodle, the Dragoness, first question: what's your favourite concept you've come up with so far? So I think that's a question for all of us. So
Let's go in alphabetical order again. RT, go.
Dang it. I'm gonna have to say, oh my god, there's too many. That's a hard one. Probably the Icy Crown. I'm a really big fan of wyverns. I think wyverns look awesome, and the Icy Crown looks sick. So yeah.
Oh, sorry, Echo is gone. Hito?
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I would have to agree, like, on the Icy Crown. I'm also a big fan of wyverns or dragon-like wyverns, and I really do like just kind of the overall look of the Icy. But I won't lie, the William is still my favorite.
Oh, the William was great. So I have a few. So I'd have to agree, sort of like with the William. I'm also a massive fan of. I've got what it's called. Shit.
Which one?
No, it's the one that the babies go in corpses.
Nocturne.
And I also love the heavy armor, wooden armor. I think that was really cool. It's really good. So Ek, if you have a mic or you're not pissed.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
What is your favorite concept? Go.
Which one? Is it just one, or is it like many, or is it all of them? Can I be cheeky and say all of them? Because we have an amazing artist and I really appreciate them.
It's also models, so you could say your own.
Well, I'm the only one who makes the models.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. So it could be your own. Is there any that...
I like me.
I would hedge to bet that Vulcan is not on that list.
I mean, I have a soft spot for like
William.
The Kirin. I kind of like it, the little horseman, you know.
Yep,
I kind of like it, but it will be absolutely crap to model all of those goddamn spikes.
I'm sorry.
You better be.
It's okay, Shad. I think I beat you on the spikes whenever I added the Noctura.
Fair.
I have a feeling Ek is gonna like kill me somehow. Revenge will come in some way.
I will haunt you until you can no longer sleep.
I don't. That's fine. I don't mind being haunted, just as long as you pick up a mop.
That was an interesting one. I like the way that we've decided to make it move on land. It's on the stream by using its like hand, finger, face things. To crawl
The giant sea robin, yeah.
Yes, the chin spider.
Chin spider.
The sea robin things.
The chin spider.
How does it move? It uses its beard. What?
Okay, Sakshu, your favorite one now?
Sorry.
So if we're going based off of just dragon concepts, my favorite is probably the Icy Crown as well.
It's any concept.
The Kirin though, that one still is sitting with me. So I do like that one as well, and I'm looking forward to getting to the Hydra concept. So I'm still really excited.
Look at the Nocturne. It's so good.
And then for the other concepts that we have, I really love all of the armor that we're working on right now. I love the progress being made on other aspects of art for the game. So I'm really looking forward to like getting into depth with our in-game system, like the loading screens and things like that. I'm so excited to like get there. So yeah, there's just so much. There's so much good stuff.
Yeah, sorry, with the loading screens, I'd love to do something that Skyrim does, where they have like a model, and then you can spin it, and like just have a look closely with it as stuff loads.
That would be nice, yeah.
Oh, sorry, there's the heavy wooden armor that I love. That's my favorite one. It's the mask. Look at the mask.
Oh, yeah.
Tree people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, nobody has. Hold on, for my favorite concept, I honestly don't know. I love all of them. I love all of the dragon.
That's a cheap answer.
I know. I am very cheap, and I'm cheesy. Okay, let me be cheesy for a minute. But if I absolutely had to pick one, it would probably be Sorry, I actually have to check. It would definitely be personal favorite would be definitely Ice Crown or Vitreous. From Armor. Archie is just such a good armor designer. She needs more love. I love the art. Heavy wood armor, definitely favorite. Definitely on top of the list. Cinco.
I'm gonna be the biased one here, obviously, because you know, I made it, the Noctura, and though I'm gonna hate trying to skin this thing, the one that I'm currently working on, which you know, I'm not gonna say anything about it other than that. And I do love the is it the Aquaros, or is it the Aguaros?
Aguaros.
The chin
Okay,
spider.
because the other one, the actual concept has a G instead of a Q, so I was confused. Yeah, because I have a big affinity for deep sea-like creatures anyway, so that one's appealing. And of course, I love the heavy wood armor too. The mask gets me every time.
Yeah, speaking about the wyvern, there it is.
Yay! Going on the screen.
And
go.
Fenrir.
Well, that wyvern is just so beautiful, so it's my favorite as well. Other than that, my other two favorites are the Noctura and the Chin Spider, that I always forget the name.
The chin spider.
Do we just call it the chin spider officially?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the chin spider.
Okay, so will flight be physics-based, so realistic? Yes.
Yes.
If two dragons nest, will the skin be a combination of both, or one or the other?
It will be one. It will be our future idea for. In the beginning, it will be one or the other. But as the game progresses, I would love to have it so that people can have color swatches to have a little bit of control over customization of the skin. So once that customization happens, it would be a combination of both. You get one pattern from one parent and the colors are sort of mixed. For the Kickstarter personal skins, so the high-end tiers where you can get your personal dragon or your personal skin, from that skin you get the non-Kickstarter variant skin, and the colors are very likely randomized, or there is a small chance that you get a randomized skin completely.
Okay. Will humans be able to saddle or equip armor onto dragons to increase defense, speed, etc., depending on the item? So armor would never increase the speed of any of the dragons. Dragon speed is very much limited to what the dragon speed is. However, yeah, it can increase their defense. So, for example, if you give, if you gave the Vulcan leather armor, then it's going to be a bit more protected, but it's going to be a bit slower. But if you gave them, you know, iron or steel armor, they're going to be a lot slower, but much, well, more protected. Or you could just add a saddle onto them, so that way the human can ride their friend. No. So they can just ride their teammate. And what's the best part about working on the project? I think we've answered that one already, so I refer you to that previous answer. Draco Z7. How many types of subspecies will there be? If that's in reference, so that would be basically. I think we're going to do most biomes are going to have subspecies of the main creatures. So Venators, Williams, and then maybe a few other ones will have subspecies. After the full release of the game, humans and all dragons are implemented and done, and everything else. Will you add more playables to the roster? So this depends on the backing. So, for example, if we were to get the higher tier backing and we added, actually no, it doesn't. Yeah, we probably would. Yeah, just gonna say yes.
Yeah, it depends on some variables, but we would definitely love if we can continue working on the game after its full release. We would love to most definitely add more into the roster.
Okay, and if I can ask, how will the skin system work and how will the skins be affected in nesting? So she's answered that one already. So moving on now to Viking Gorilla. What will PvP between players fighting each other, dragons fighting dragons, and two fighting each other feel like? And what kind of change will happen to the map? So that's a question for you, Shad.
And would you like to answer the human PvP first?
I can.
Oh, never mind.
No, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So human PvP is just going to be directional based combat, so similar to For Honor, Mount Blade, Chivalry, and a few others. So depending on if you have a sword and you're looking up, then it blocks upwards. If you're looking to the left or the right, then it will block to those two sides. If you're looking down, it will block down. If you have a shield, then you'll probably have maybe two options. So central, so that covers the entire body. Up to cover, if you're climbing a ladder or something like that, then it'll cover your head. Maybe down below, but I don't think you would have that. And then there may be a few other things that you could do. So moving on now to Shad's.
Yeah, for PvP for dragons is going to be similar to other creature survival games where you will have range attack, which is your element, and physical attacks, which in the later stages we hope to have frontal and back attack, basically frontal attacks and behind attacks. So you will have like a tail whip, so you can actually do damage to anybody who is trying to ride your tail, basically. Flying combat is going to be fun time. You will be able to crash things if you shoot them correctly. Certain elements will have benefits for it. Some elements will be weaker or stronger against each other, similar to a little bit like a Pokemon. And all elements will have their own characteristics. For example, acid will be sort of a thing, how tracking predators will be able to lower the defense of a dragon until it basically burns your scales and leather and skin away, similar to like acid in real life, until you become defenseless, weak. And what kind of changes will happen to the map? Echo.
Yes.
That is a question for you. What kind of changes will happen to the map?
I don't really understand what you mean by that.
It's in reference to the so when a dragon fights and let's say they use their fire breath, will there be a change to the map? So like if they burn, like if they hit for example, a patch of grass, is that grass going to become singed?
So the only thing, I mean, it's entirely possible, but then again, also performance, right? So you can't light an entire forest on fire. So it's a mix between I guess the programmers and I and how we want to do that. But yeah, it's entirely possible. I'm not going to say no to it.
Okay. Will there be dragon/AI skeletons you can interact with and grab bones from after you eat all the flesh from the body? Yeah. So you can interact with the body of creatures. So that could be moving the body, skinning the body, ripping parts off the body, so like maybe an arm, leg, tail, whatever. For humans, you could take the skull and use it as a trophy, and there'll be stuff like that. Emgra, no, you can't have one of those. No.
Oh.
No, Leaf has asked, what's the least previous experience with game development, if any previous projects you guys have taken on and or finished? Simple ones also count. So me and Shad have worked on a few. We had a game before this called, actually I won't, did I say the name? Yeah, it was a game, oh fuck, what was the game called?
Wyverns and Warriors.
Wyverns and Warriors.
We worked on that for a while, but the scope got too big and we were promising things and it was stupid, and we've learned from those mistakes. We've done a few projects here and there, nothing that's gone public or anything, just like little projects. I know a few of the other team members have done quite a bit, so if anyone would like to say what you've done.
Hold on, it's for lead developers question only, so it's for me and you, basically, directed.
Yeah, but there's also everyone else can do it as well.
Yeah, sure. Are you not allowing me to answer?
Why were you?
Let me answer as well. I have been working on, well, not necessarily directly game development, but I have been working on mod developing for Ark Survival Evolved and Path of Titans. I'm currently an active skin contributor for Primordial Tyrants. I am also being an NPC/AI concept artist for a currently ongoing future dinosaur game. However, due to that creator's request, I will not disclose the name of the project until it's further up in the development and they feel comfortable with releasing the name. Everybody, do you wanna give context to what you have been doing so far in other games or so forth? RT, go.
This is currently just the main game I'm working on right
now.
Oh
shoot. No, this is my first ever project, so I actually haven't done anything before this. Yeah.
Echo?
This is just my current. I'm just working on the Wings of Dawn stuff right now. It's the only current one.
The question
is, what is the previous? I don't know, a bunch of different things, I guess. I have worked for, a different game company, which I won't name. I've done some, VR chat stuff, which is not insane, but I have made a few maps there. I do a lot of more environments, like, like a more of a snapshot kind of thing. You take a screenshot and that's like a wallpaper kind of thing. Some of those like really fancy stuff. Stuff like that, and upcoming things as well. I know, for example, there's a Five Nights at Freddy's map I think that's being worked on, or that's I believe still in development. Trying to think, was there anything else? That's pretty much it. So
go.
My experience is kind of everywhere.
Okay. Ito, your turn. Ito?
Okay. Ek, what have you worked on before?
Okay, I started out as just a little tiny skin artist. I used to do the Isle mods, like way back, if anybody remembers, like Rithka, or like, I don't know, anything around that time. Jesus, that's global expansion especially, if anybody remembers that. I've also done a lot of mods for Jurassic World Evolution. doing some game projects like Pangea Survival, making models for that, textures as well, helping them out with stuff. I also make a lot of mods for Path of Titans. Some of you may be familiar with it. I am quite widespread. I made the Veloci Raptor mod, the little red one, for that one guy. I've also animated a lot of the things like the Caradontosaurus. I animated that one. I am also. Let me just find. Hold on. I have too many projects. Okay. Walking with Dinosaurs, making a mod for that for the Path of Titans, but it was original as the Isle. Game Primeval Horizon as well. Oh yeah, I'm also like doing stuff for Beyond the Oaks, Dragonfly Game Studios. You know, big stuff. I'm doing a lot, like a lot. I also have my own project in the background, which is gonna be like a horror thing. Very old thing.
Ooh.
Well, does anyone else want to answer on there? You guys don't have to if you don't want to. Because obviously it's a personal question.
I want to.
You want to? Okay, yeah, go on then.
I worked on a few projects in the past which were called Radda and Glut, which are private projects, so you will that I created just to make experience, so you will never see them public anywhere. And I'm working on another game which I will not mention. And
are you cheating on us?
No, I'm actually cheating on them with you.
Oh, yeah.
We're special.
So we're the mistress.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fenrir, you slut.
Oh god.
Whoa.
Shut up.
Fuck, behave.
So this is like my fourth project, and I'm also working on my own project in my free time alone.
No. Oh. So yeah. So basically, we all have different, backgrounds and stuff. I don't think experience, obviously, it helps a lot. But when you have enough people that everyone wants to happen, it doesn't necessarily, really matter. For example, I have no experience in coding. I have done modeling in the past. I have done animating in the past as well. But I more lean towards the game development aspect of it and the dealing with the community and the business side. Whereas obviously Shad deals with art, and she also enjoys creating lore and everything else. And then you have Ek, who does animating, skinning, a bit of everything. Echo does maps. It's just all, depends on the person.
Kind of everywhere, I think.
Yeah. So Draconis has asked, how will the flight system work? Will it be like DoD? I believe that's already been mentioned. How will the building system work? So for humans, it's going to be similar. It's almost like a hybrid of a few different games. So Rust is one of the big ones. The Forest, Ark, and a few others. So when you want to build something, it'll come up with, I think we agreed it's going to be thatch, is that right? It was thatch.
Yes.
So it goes from thatch, an outline of your construction. You can choose, what for the foundation, the walls. If you want slanted walls. So it's going to be a rather in-depth system to make nice-looking structures rather than just cubes. There'll also be some pre-builts for people that can't build, so people can just use pre-existing designs or download them off the workshop that other people have created eventually. And the tiers that we've agreed on so far, we may add a few more, are thatch, wood, stone, and then reinforced stone. We wouldn't add metal because obviously that's not something they had at the time, but reinforced they would have, so that's basically it would be rock and then possibly with metal sort of fastenings around it. So imagine a portcullis and that sort of stuff. Will the map be just like Redwoods? I don't think it's very good if the level designer only uses one asset for an entire map. Echo.
Okay, all right. So, as obviously a lot of you know, the Redwoods I do only have. I can only be as good as how many assets I have. So if I only have one rock asset for an entire biome, there's not a lot I can do. So the jungle, some people I did live stream last night. Obviously, it looks night and day difference. It's not one single rock or cliff asset being pasted like 1,400 times. So on Monday, if you want, you can go and you can see it. The jungle looks extremely different. And you know, it's the Redwood will be changed again anyways. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we are currently limited on assets that we can get, but obviously as the game receives funding, we will be able to buy more assets for Echo and just give him some love.
I just want to bring up the assets thing.
Set.
Is most of the assets for the environment will be bought because they're environmental assets. Some are amazing out there. We have a list of some of the ones we're going to choose. However, we may also get someone in to model certain things if we need to as well. However, all our creatures will be handmade.
They are, our creatures are custom made by our beloved Ek.
Yep. And she's going to be doing one right after this stream. No.
Are you kidding me? It's gonna be bedtime?
Yeah. So, I think...
I only have 11 days on Blender right now, so it's okay. Yeah, I don't need sleep.
So
it's been confirmed Ek doesn't touch grass at all.
So, I think... Ek, this is up to you, but I think you mentioned a little while ago that you would be doing some streaming on this?
Yeah, I just completely, not really forgot about it, just never really got time for it, and then I got too tired, and then it was too warm, and then other stuff got in the way, and...
Alright, do you want to say a random date, a random day next week where you will be? Just so that, you know, people are expecting it, so that way you can't say no.
What if I do say no?
I don't want to go down this road.
Well, what if? What if I do? I could.
I mean, plan something.
I don't know. I can't. I don't know if I have anything to supply. I don't have anything like cool and new stuff right now.
If you're animating stuff, that's enough.
Yeah, I am animating stuff. It just takes a while, and I feel like I'm gonna be judged for how I'm animating because I'm using keyframes and not the fancy, non-linear
As long as it looks cool, it doesn't matter.
Or you could, I don't know, model something.
Oh, that's true.
That takes so long.
Well, I don't know, choose something. You wanted to do it. So that's confirmed. Next week she'll be doing something, guys. Anyway, moving on. What are the team members' favourite mechanics being added to the game? I would say for the future note, it would probably be some of the human stuff that we want to add. So probably... it's a little thing that I like the idea of, is having a mount that you're riding on, and you know, you have your AI in the back sitting on some carts, and then when you get to a location as resources, like a maybe a forest, and you want to get some trees, you tell your AI to get off, and then they just go cut down some trees. I like the simple sort of idea of it, or just like some, you know, they just go out into a field and start gathering shit. I like the idea of that. We'll work our way from top to bottom. So, Arts, you go.
I think my favorite mechanic is probably going to be the combat system, because I like Souls games and For Honor. I enjoyed For Honor a lot, so I feel like that kind of combat and like fighting really scary creatures at the same time is going to be like super fun and also destructive. Probably gonna die a lot, but that's the fun part, right? Yeah.
I'm going to be special and say that I actually have two mechanics that are my favorite. One being the building system and the flight system. The building system, you can be creative. You can kind of, you can build whatever you want as a base, and then flight. Well, I just like soaring through the air, so there's that.
Right, Hito?
You beat me to it! I was gonna say I'm looking forward the most to actually being in game and being able to build, because that's what I like doing, just in games in general. Flight, totally. It's the only reason to play a dragon is to fly, right? And I'm really looking forward to like gathering and sort of like some of the crafting that we have planned.
Yeah, I'm a little
That
special.
nervous laughed.
I'm looking forward to the farming aspect, especially if like you can like throw the farming farmed like stuff at people. Like you grab a potato and you just hunt it at a William.
Just chuck it.
Yeah, just chuck it at a William. Or maybe
Just pick up a
William eat it.
potato and chuck it.
I just want to be a potato farmer.
Oh, I changed my mechanic now. It's going to be William clubbing.
Dang it, Quack. I was going to say that.
Or it's my other idea of in the city I want to add like almost like a black market of sorts in the colonist area. So back in the day, for example, in Tudor England, there used to be animal fighting, which was like you had 5 dogs versus a bear, or you had 2 dogs against each other, or cockfighting, which obviously is cock rules with metal claws. I want to make William fighting, where you breed your best William to fight, and then you can bet money on it. I just like the idea of, people just going to
I mean, that actually sounds kind of awesome, really.
I'm gonna add on to that and say that fun
Black
fact, there's
market
actually
fights.
a monument for it.
Yeah.
There's a William Arena. That's an actual thing.
Yeah, but it's not in the right place.
Where do you want it then?
Well, no. For your thing, it's fine, but for the actual map, when we add the city, it's going to be beneath the city.
Oh
So
no, of course.
That would be sick.
So
Or like an underground fighting ring, but for William.
yeah, so it's going to be like you bring your
In
William
the catacombs.
and then you put them in there,
Yeah.
and then on the whistle they sort of start fighting. But we could do that with other things as well. We could do that with Venators, and we could do that with a few other medium-sized mounts.
Oh, Venator races.
Venator races, yeah, we could do that. So you could like
Through the canyon. Oh my god.
we could do, that's a good idea actually. Venator racing. We could do like sort of racing around the town. So like once a week in game, there'll be like a racing thing where you could have you choose your mount. There's no damage to each other, but you just go. That'd be quite fun. Stuff like that. I like the competition aspects of things. Anyway, Psych.
Okay. So for me, I am really just geared towards dragon everything as far as mechanics go. So like I'm just looking forward to being a baby dragon and growing and learning to fly as a juvenile and then being able to fly, like all of the dragon stuff. That's my thing. So the human aspect is nice, and I am looking forward to that as well, but my favorite is all the dragon mechanics. Like that's my go-to.
Yes. Dragon Pearls. For myself, I am also going to be a big dragon main. I will be probably that person who is running around as a Kirin and just zooming around and totally probably not accidentally yeeting myself off of the cliff. And of course flying. Due to bad eyesight, I cannot be a pilot in real life, so I will just take all of that flying rage in a video game. Sinful.
I'm probably gonna be a dragon main. Like I might try the human just to like, okay, yeah, this is cool, but 99% of my time will be with a dragon. So flight systems, chin walking is definitely on there on my list. However, we end up working that out with the Aquaros or whatever.
Yes.
But I would say my personal favorite would be getting a piece of meat, like the leg meat, and then just hitting something with it over and over. Kind of like William.
Flailing your head around.
Well, no, what was it that we said? We were joking about saying you use a piece of meat as a weapon, and if you kill a dragon with a piece of meat, then you get.
Oh
an
yeah, it
achievement.
was like specifically the antelope leg.
Yeah, it was the antelope leg.
I mean, yeah, I guess that could count as a blunt weapon.
Yeah, it does.
It would,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you hit hard enough, anything is a weapon.
There you go.
Exactly, facts. Benrer, do you have a favorite mechanic?
Yes. I mean, like, of course it's being a dragon. I'm a human 100% of the time. So, when I'm playing, I want to be something else. That's why I think being...
Men.
Not being a potato, I think being a dragon is awesome. Like, who wouldn't want to be a big lizard with wings that spits fire and everything?
Fair enough. So IS1, will there at any point be leviathans like in Subnautica in the ocean? I mean, not talking about cephalopods or the big flying.
Cephalopods.
No, probably not. There'll be big creatures, maybe. Maybe some big sharks or giant squids, that sort of thing. But there's nothing going to be,
Not as a level of like Leviathan size as Subnautica. That is too large. That's it. Not that large.
Maybe in deep water to keep people from swimming to the edge of the map. Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why we have the big flying ones to keep you out of like flying too high or something.
Yeah.
I mean, we are going to add whaling into the game because obviously that was a source of food for them. So,
are you saying I have to animate dead whales?
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, after 7 days, they have to explode.
Oh. I have to make that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must explode. Particle effects, everything.
But basically, with whaling, you're going to be able to use your. Obviously, did they have harpoons? Yeah, they did have harpoons.
Yeah.
But basically, what we're going to do instead, because harpoons today work on compressed air. Obviously, they didn't have that back then. But what they did have is big ballistas. So that's how that's going to work. So if you want to drag one of the water-based dragons from the depths, you're going to be able to ballista that dragon and then sort of like reel it in, and then start stabbing it with stuff.
Sorry, I just imagined like you would just ballista it across the map.
One draggy ship.
Yeah, to just make it fly.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. So, Seasgen, how do you plan to create a damage system in the game? Will there be blood or just a falling health bar after the attack? Nope, there will be blood. So we did have a system of similar to what Total War Warhammer does in the first and second game, which was they had I think it was a free DLC, which was blood for the blood gods, skull for the skull thrones. So it basically, the way it worked was the core game, I believe, is a 12+, but the DLC is an 18 because you could dismember people and blood and guts and stuff. So we may do that to keep the rating down, but blood will be there. So in short terms, we want to add dismemberment and blood and all that fun stuff, rather than just a falling health bar. So we want damage to be actually seen. So if you see an injured creature, you'll be like, okay, that's close to death. You can clearly see, rather than like in most sort of FPS games or in other games where they're just not and they look fine. So yeah, Emo Juice, follow up to that question about the damage system. Will there be locational damage, so scars like Path of Titans?
Yes, that I answered to that previously, and yes.
Okay. So IS1, will we be able to turn in place? Yeah. Airborne seals, are we allowed to know the...
Wait. Humans, definitely. Dragons, depending on your size, you might have to take a little bit time to move. Because the bigger the creature, the less, the harder it is for you to turn in place, in a sense. Especially for Vulcan, because you have these massive wings on your sides, so it will take a bit more room to turn. But yeah.
Okay, so just as we're coming to the end, if anyone has any more questions, please put them in stage questions, or just ask them in the YouTube comments or whatever, and we'll answer them as we go. So, airborne seals, are we allowed to know the AI apex in the jungle? I don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
Which one is it? I know the one for the redwoods, but what's it for the jungle? Is that the big boy?
He's the big boy.
So is that the thing?
Yes, the thing.
Is that the big Venator?
Oh, the thing I'm working on?
That one. Okay, no.
Yeah.
I thought that one was for the planes.
I don't know. You guys tell me to make something and I make it.
Sorry, yeah, the big Venator is for the planes, and the big boy with the spiky spikes is the jungle one.
That was a very good description
great,
for them, I guess. The
beautiful.
big
The
one with
thing with the spikes, guys. That's
It is a large quadrupedal reptilian with sharp sparks and gills in its back and tail, which it can throw the spikes from its tail into a prey, and it will use it to track the creature until the creature bleeds out.
Oh, now I know which one it is.
Gonna have to.
I was like so confused. It's like, well, what are you talking about? Well, how many big boys have you made?
So look.
Shad, is that the one from our old YouTube video?
Yes.
Oh my god, it keeps going off. Hold on, I'm trying to get it up. I need to find
Beautiful
it.
wallpaper.
Thank you. It moves.
It disappeared again.
Nice desktop.
I know. I'm trying to find.
I like the new folder you have there.
The new folder is ruining it.
I'm moving it. There. You sent it to me. Where? What, you just sent it to me, doesn't it? Alright, okay. Original. That one. Have you got?
It will come up in any moment. There we go.
That one.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful.
He looks like a good dog.
Like,
I want to hug
What do
it.
you mean it's creepy?
It's a good
I kind of
dog.
want to boop it now. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it has like this very boopable, like flat face. I really like it.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of a rancor, kind of with that face.
I want to ride it.
Kinky.
You cannot ride it.
What
It's
are we
too
looking
spikes.
at?
Not that what.
You're gonna get a spike in your thigh or something.
That's okay. At least I'll stay on forever.
It'll be a
Impale
parting
yourself on
gift
its
that
back.
lasts forever.
Sorry, this is what we did this for a YouTube video on this channel as a side topic, and we did so the cheapest one was £9.71. The most expensive one was £69.49. So this is the cheapest one when it pops up. That was the cheapest one. We all gave them the same sort of profile. This one I hated. It's just a Komodo dragon that they've done some weird shit to. I'm not a fan of it. That cost £19. Not worth it.
Just show the attack ones for them. There was a separate image for the attack.
Yeah, no, I'm
Performance.
gonna do that. this was the $40, £40 one, which was all right. I think it would work as maybe a boss in our game. I don't know. You guys gonna say anything? Or are you just gonna sit?
No, but I think people are sort of awkwardly sitting here because they don't know what you are talking about.
It's on the screen, you fucking.
This is so beautiful.
What is that?
Okay, they have no words. Toxic Rag.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Totally not a future world boss, possibly.
Right. And then we had quite a few designs for this one. So these were they gave us 3 designs. The guy did. For these ones. So there's Slim.
Oh, the middle one reminds me of my William, but it's like an old man.
Dodo Gamma.
It's King William.
I need it.
I like the fat one.
Yeah,
I
that's
want
what I'm
that.
saying. The middle one. I love.
No, I like the. I don't like the fat one. The other 2 I like.
But the tummy. Imagine like pegging at some. Oh wait, never mind. It's bigger than I
What?
thought.
Sorry, did you say pegging it?
I'm sorry, too.
Oh wait, is
Oh,
that?
God.
That's I think that's an Australian thing. Is that an Australian thing? I don't know.
That is an
What?
Australian.
Pegging is in Australia?
Okay. For context, pegging usually means when you throw something really hard.
Okay.
Not the other kind, right?
Do you
Not the other
Other
kind.
kind.
Oh.
Just
What has happened
okay.
from talking about dragons to this?
Oh, that's
It
so
always happens
weird.
when we talk
in the
about
UK,
dragons.
it's pelting or lobbing.
Pelting.
Yeah, lobbing, pelting, throwing, yeah,
In
In
the US,
Australia,
it's
it's-
hitting or pelting or...
pegging.
And in Australia, it's pegging.
Well, it's also thongs, isn't it? For
Oh, yeah. For
flip flops.
the flip flops.
Anyways.
Right, yeah. So these. That was the bulkier version of the existing one. And then this is how it also attacks as well, so it can throw its spines. It got pegged. Anyway.
You can't say that. What are you?
Moving on.
Look what you've done. You've made this idea go into his head. I love the fat one, by the way.
Oh, why does it keep...
You want to read the next question?
Yeah. Will there be a limit to how high a dragon can fly? Yep, there will be.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's no
right
other
now,
questions
currently it's a
left.
barrier
Yes.
that's on the top that you're just gonna smack your head on.
What happens if you fly/swim over the edge of the world? So at the moment, what our plans for that would be is similar to what game is it? Sea of Thieves does. So when you go over the map, things start to change, music starts to go up, and then if you're in the ocean, then a giant creature will, pull you down. You can't escape it. You just die. Or if you're in the sky, then a giant creature will grab you, and then that's it. You'll have every chance to escape, but if you carry on going, then you're dead.
It's kind of like how Subnautica does it too, where it's just like
Yeah,
Well,
you get too far away or
Subnautica-
too close to something.
Well, I mean, Subnautica, you could survive theoretically in the void. It's hard.
Yeah, no, not
but
this
you
time.
can.
You're gonna get eaten by something. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You will know when you are too far. You just hear boss music start.
And by the time you get
Oh,
to
no,
that point,
Viking.
you're just like there's obviously like what Clack said. You're gonna know you're traveling too far because stamina is also a thing, right? It's for dragons. So
Yeah, you will run out of stamina.
eventually you're gonna run out of stam. So turn back. Don't try to explore.
Land in water and drown.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And then Viking Gorilla has asked. Oh, sorry. That previous question was from Renee. And then Viking Gorilla has asked, when you say the combat will be like For Honors, are you saying there'll be parries, dodges, bashes, and other similar mechanics? Yeah, so I'd love to add parrying and all those sorts of things. So for humans, stamina will be unlimited for while you're not in combat, but the moment that you're in combat, then the stamina bar will come up, because obviously you won't be it's to stop basically being able to just put have a tower shield, crawl into a corner, and then just have it up, and then not being able to have that, get past it. So there will be a stamina system in that, and then parry system. That'll probably parry, dodging, and bashing. Actually, sorry, only parrying and dodging will be added later. So to begin with, it would literally just be skill based on trying to get an attack in. But further down the line, we'd add more complications to it. So maybe you can hold the weapons in different ways to sort of feint each one, an attack, or if you have a sword or halberd, good example, you could switch where you use that from a spear to an axe, to a hammer, that sort of thing. But yeah, does anyone else have any more questions before we end it?
There is a question on YouTube.
So, from David, will there be a class of humans that are called dragon hunters? No. I suppose you could make a faction that's dedicated to it and use all the best weapons. That would be interesting. If things do go well, what we have planned is that each developer will have their own sort of guild that focuses on one thing, and then armor will be designed around that. So basically it's almost like, so for example, the way for mine, I want my guild to be heavily armored. They'd have the most heavy armor, but they'd focus on protection, so they'd have heavy armor, swords and shields, whereas I believe, who wanted the assassin-y thing? Was that Arts, or was that Ek?
Kathy, I think.
Cathal. Oh, it was Cathal.
I'm more like a
sorry.
healer.
It was Cathal. So Cathal wants sort of like an assassin-y faction, so they'd wear leather that sort of covers the face, similar to what's the faction in Skyrim called? Is it the Nightingales? No.
The Dark Brotherhood.
Dark Brotherhood, or the Thieves Guild, that sort of thing. I think Ek was yours. You liked big weapons, wasn't it?
I have no idea what the fuck I wrote.
A complete mental.
But yeah, so basically we'd design our own thing, and then they would be added, so that way there's more factions. So who knows, if someone decided that they were like, oh, I want a faction that's dedicated to hunted dragons, they could have that. But at the moment it's just the player's choice. So if you want to be dragon hunters, I suppose you could have particular types of dragon armor that's made out of their bones. Could do that. Anyone else got any more questions? Feel free to leave comments or thing in stage questions, or just in the chat in YouTube. Will dragons and humans be balanced, or are humans gonna get squashed? So for every dragon type that's in game, we are going to add a way for a human to kill that dragon. So for example, to kill, let's say, the Volgan, there'll be ways to immobilize the wings, so that could be nets, or bolas to wrap around the wings, and then it brings it to the ground. And then harpoons could be used to pin it in place, and then you set a trap, or you just carry on firing ballistas into it, because they're still, at the end of the day, they're still meant to be animals. So if you fill the animal filled with sticks, it's gonna die, basically. Or as I mentioned with some of the water-based dragons, if you're on board a ship or even on land and you fire a ballista into one of these creatures, and it's a harpoon-based one, which would have a rope on the end of it, you can then try and, if you have enough crew or strength or whatever it will be in the end, if you have enough, then you can pull it to the surface or drag it onto the beach, and then you can finish it off that way. There's always, they're going to be balanced. There's not going to be much. However, if you're a lone human running in an open field and a dragon's chasing you, no, you're dead. So that was from it's from Nah.
Down here.
So David has asked again, will there be a Titan class of creatures for dragons to hunt? So there will be a giant turtle sort of thing, a shallow pod I think we called it,
Yes.
who will be also similar to the monument in Rust, which is the cargo ship. He will at periodic times walk through a set area in the map, and he'll do a few loops of the island before leaving the map. When this happens, humans will be able to climb it, so there'll be like ropes hanging down, so you'd have to either use a mount to run up next to it or just prepare to jump on the ladders. You climb up the ladders, then you fight whatever it may be that's on board there, and then you can get some better loot, so it could be better blueprints, or it could be better just money or whatever. For dragons, they can land on the shadow pod and start biting it and attacking it, and then they can rip off chunks or rip off the tail and then fly off with it. It won't be able to be killed, but you can do that. There are also apex creatures that will fight dragons. So for example, in I believe the Redwoods biome, there is going to be a giant trapdoor spider that can eat a Vulcan if the Vulcan is dumb. So there are going to be, I suppose I wouldn't class it as a Titan class, but it's an Apex class. So Renee's asked, will there be a way after bringing a dragon to the ground to make them harmless, to make it deal out like in Rust? They do the humans a favor, for that they shall live. If it's a nomad dragon, probably, but a wild dragon, maybe not. But it's up to the player, really. It's not up to the us.
Because do take it into account that dragons and humans will not be able to communicate with each other unless you are a nomad dragon. So you may try to insist that you want to make a deal, but the dragon doesn't understand you.
Put a pile of potatoes or gold down by it and then make. I think it gets the memo.
Yeah.
Anyway, so threat level god. Will there be a limit to how many humans and dragons can team up, even with their kind? So 50 humans won't jump one dragon or become a mega clans. Will dragons pack size limits depend on the kind of dragon, like only 2 groups limits for an apex? So for humans, there'll probably be a limit depending on it. Well, it depends on the server size that we get later on. So if let's say the servers are only 100 players, then I'd probably set the human limit to maybe 16 players, humans. Dragons, it will depend on the species. So the smaller species like Kirin, you could probably have maybe 10. But the Vulcan, probably a family pack, so maybe 4 or 5. But there'll be for humans, as the more players you have, the more people you have to feed, and if that, if you have loads of creatures and you need to feed all those creatures, it's not going to be a system where you can store them somewhere. No, there's not going to be a thing. You can't store a creature. So there's going to be, it's all going to have to be trial and error, because if there ends up being like 200 player servers, which I would love, more people the better in my opinion, then we'd have to balance it to that as well. So it all depends on the coding and the map making and how efficient we can make it. So yeah, I can't really sort of answer that one at the moment. And then Viking Grill has asked, will there be something like a parkour system? Probably not. We'll have a vaulting system, so you can vault over low walls and stuff, but probably not a parkour system, unless it was a really requested thing, in which case we'd probably say you can only do that in leather armor. You wouldn't be able to do it in like full plate or metal armor.
Maybe for the Assassin's Clan or something.
Yeah, maybe for the Assassin's Clan, but then we'd have to sort of, if each group has their own skill, because we're not doing an XP system, so it'll be a bit difficult to do. So yeah. Any other questions, or is that everything?
Well, touching threat level gods question a little bit about the limit for apexes. For humans, since we mentioned that humans can tame apex AI with specific means, human factions cannot have more than 2 individuals of the same species. You can have a mating pair, but due to the creatures being massive and highly territorial, if you attempt to tame more than 2, they will turn on each other and basically kill the weakest. So that is one of our methods to also balance mega clans in a sense.
Just while I'm waiting to see if anyone does leave a question. This is more to the dev team. I was thinking about doing a silly thing that may help funding. I spoke to Echo about this. Semi-serious, semi-not. We were thinking that about when funding... Sorry, not when funding, but before funding comes in, but when the bank does sort of turn up, we may do some shitty little phone games that are based off of this. So, for example, one of them was just like Flappy William, or something like that. So instead of Flappy Bird, it's just William.
Oh, it's legit now. Oh no.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, what I thought about doing is if the funding goes well and we get some people on full time, anyone that wants to work on these phone games after hours, so they're not being paid, if you work on them, then you'll get a certain percentage of the game, and then the rest of that goes into funding for Wings of Dawn or just the company in general, which obviously you guys know the name of the company. Please don't say it, because I still need to decide whether or not we want to move that company from where I live. Because at the moment...
Who wants to visit his doorstep?
Yeah, I'd rather...
Send him some nice gifts, you know?
You visit, you gotta
I'll
bring
send you
cookies.
and flowers. I'll bring some
I mean,
flowers.
if I do keep it as the same place as where I live, if you come around my house, I demand... I'm going to do like a daily shopping list of things. If you turn up, you have to give us these things.
Isn't it like one of those Amazon like lists?
Yeah. What, you mean... Yeah.
Like this fucking wish list. They can just buy stuff that you need.
Yeah. I mean, I'm up for that. What was I going to say? So yeah, so another one that sort of was a funny thing is we thought about making sort of like a Pokemon version, Pokemon sort of version of Wings of Dawn, except all the creatures are Williams with different elements.
Oh my god.
William elements? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so you'd have a Fire William, like a Water William, and then the base version is just William, then its evolution is the Warrior William, and then its final evolution is the Queen William.
Are you saying it's like an Eevee?
No.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know. But anyway, we were thinking about doing that just as different ways. of
Eevee
making
doesn't
it.
have the final evolution.
It has many evolutions.
Yes, but
Depending
doesn't
on what
have the
element.
final evolution.
I didn't say it was one, I said it was kind of like one. If how many different types there was. Of this one specific little man.
I mean, I was just thinking about it, just because I think, we may have to...
Well, good for you, I've been doing sprite work before.
I mean, if you want to do that, we can. We can just...
Do you want it 3D?
I don't know. What would be good? What would be good for a phone? What's not going to make your phone blow up?
Probably 2D art is the better way to go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think it'll be a good way of sort of...
being it's not impossible. It's not impossible for phones to run 3D. I mean, obviously, there's Path of Titans is mobile, so you can't play
Thinking that
3D
kind of
renders.
detail, just like a super simplified.
Yes,
Oh, you make
or
like a silly
something cell shaded.
So,
Exactly.
So another thing with like the Flappy William, for example, we just have William is the Flappy Bird. It's going through a cave, so instead of having pipes, it's like stagtites or whatever they're called.
Stalactites and stalagmites.
Yeah. So coming from the roof and the ceiling, you have different William skins that you can unlock the further you get. We have a global system, you know, top score, and then every 5 times you die, it plays an advert. But if you want to turn those adverts off, you pay 99p. It helps out the game.
That's a lot of pee.
Yeah.
Gotta go scoop it out from my toilet, BRB.
And you know, then you have it like that. We could do that just to, you know, help out with funding.
Get some more fun.
Yeah, and also people get to, you know, mess around with something. People don't like what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I noticed a lot of people are suddenly disappearing.
Yeah, but I think
Maybe
that's
it's because it's late.
Yeah, it's also that.
Well, that is true. I forget that it's, you know, most of these people are in the UK or Europe.
It's almost
whereas
midnight,
me,
yeah.
it's like 5 o'clock for me right now. 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
I mean,
Yep.
to the devs here, if you genuinely have a phone game idea or want to help out with that, just mention it in Wings of Dawn developers chat, because I think that's something we should look into, because we need to look at. It's also for the company, you know. We need to think of funding for the company and for the game, because the more funding we get, the longer you guys are gonna, you know, have.
Do you think we should unmute the crowd, or
No.
not that there's much of a crowd? It's just
having actual courses to fly. Sorry, someone asked in the chat. So Fear. Having actual courses to fly through as like, but yeah, sure.
Big
Look-
flight mechanics like aerial barrel rolls and dodges. Yes, I would love to have them.
And Louis says he'll send me over a pizza. Louis, if you're being serious, I will give you my address.
oh, that was easy.
Yeah, I mean, give me food and I'll do anything.
What if it's spiked? Oh no.
Then I sue them. We get some money for the game.
That is true.
Yeah.
We got another question.
Eden Drake asks, how hard the game will be for old people like me.
Eden, how old are you? You need to.
I doubt it's going to be very hard.
Stop flagging the chat, please. She's already claimed mine. 46. It's not going to be. I mean,
Not that
Yeah,
old.
yours is-
it's not that hard.
It's just all
Not
about
that old.
skill. You'll get into it.
Nah, you have yet to reach your best age. Come on.
I mean, it's. What we're going to do is we're going to have PvE, PvP, PvE, PvE, sort of.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, so if you're if you want to do different things, then you know there's something for everyone. So we want to have human-only servers, dragon-only servers, dragon and human servers, William-only servers.
Oh hell yeah!
You know, we want to have all these things. So there's gonna be something for everyone. You know, if you feel that you due to age or whatever, you feel like you can't keep up with the younger players, then there'll be something for older players to do. I don't know your circumstance here, so you know, if you don't think you're going to be as fast in fighting, then you could tame creatures that can do the fighting on your behalf, because you know the creatures you can sort of set on people. Or you could stay in the back with a crossbow or a bow, or you know, you could control siege equipment if you're a human. If you're a dragon, you can be more tactical about things because younger people are dumb. So,
He's not wrong.
That's
More
true.
tact.
you know, there's going to be different ways. Or if you just want to chill out, you could just be a farmer, or you could just be a fisherman, or I don't know, breeding animals to get better stats on things, or colours, or whatever. There's things for everyone. it doesn't matter your age. Have fun.
That would be kind of fun, breeding the raptors to get like speedy boys with good stamina, so you can race them.
Oh yeah, racing them or fighting them.
I
Or
want to
strong
find out if I
Williams
can
to
make
fly.
some Williams. I want to make a mountain of Williams.
Well, corpses.
No, not the corpses. I want to stack them alive. You know, like how you can just grab a toad and just bonk on it. You know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
stacked.
I can just imagine having like a dark secret of having just a closet full of William skulls. Poor dog.
Oh, I got. Oh, a dog. Dog. Okay.
Dog.
Dog. And dog died. Dog dead.
Dog died. Dog
Oh,
dead.
something that I think it was Echo came up with is we've noticed that certain other games, please don't mention them, have come up with comics recently. So Echo had a great idea of William. What was it? William and
Doug
the
Adventures.
The Adventures of William and Doug, and and my thing was that every sort of comic, Doug dies, William survives, and then when we finish off the comics, William dies and Doug lives.
You killed Doug, you bastard!
Just keep like a secret score somewhere. It's like 0 to 1.
Yeah.
More like 1 to 18.
The William's dirty secret, just a closet full of like trophies. Every time Doug dies.
Fate has asked, will there be a built-in tutorial for some mechanics that might be a little harder to grasp at first?
Yes, we'd probably have like just a tiny little tutorial, saying like, we're not going to do, WASD to move. I feel like I think enough people know nowadays how to move in games.
Like when you start something for the first time, like you want to build a little tutorial.
Yeah. So
you want to craft little tutorial.
It would be like build a building scroll, get 5 sticks and 10 stones or whatever. So that, there'll be little things, little tutorials on the more complicated things, and then Silver has asked how much customization will community servers have, like weather commands, disabled playing as certain creatures. Well, basically we want full options in the communities, so that if you want to say, okay, my server's going to be team deathmatch, I want 50 humans versus 50 humans, then you can do that. If you want it to be PvP, you can do that. If you want PvE, so no player combat versus each other, then you can do that. If you want to limit the amount of players or increase the amount of players, if you want to, say that, okay, no Vulgans, or no,
No spider beans.
No chin spiders.
Yeah, or whatever. Then you can choose what you want. Because I think communities being able to be creative is one of the most important things for a game to last. So I'll be very curious if someone comes up with the Hunger Games.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we could do a battle royale. It wouldn't be hard to do for humans.
Yeah, that would be very interesting to do actually.
Like little micro holidays once a month.
Oh yeah.
Like the races or such.
Yeah. Also to mention on the server community server customization, you will be able to server owners will be able to change the limits of how many players you can group up with. So you can make it so that all dragons, for example, can team up with any type of dragon regardless of diets and stuff like that. It will be automatic for PvE, but just throwing that out there. And Mikra is asking, will you be releasing another type of Western or regular dragon? That depends on the Kickstarter stretch goals, really. We do have plans if we do reach Kickstarter unlock stretch goals, then we will be able to expand the roster with another 5 or 10 or more dragons. Viking Gorilla asks, will I be able to play William sports, like William baseball, with the William being the ball?
Yes.
I was about to answer that with a yes.
I would say as a
well.
dragon, yeah.
Oh my god, just bat him like 2 miles across the map.
I mean, we already have a disco,
Or-
Dancing William, so I think
Home
that's
run
possible.
just hits outside the map.
I mean, does William clubbing count? Similar to whale seal bashing. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, hold up, where are you getting ready to take this?
Yeah, so basically, when Williams are born, there's a massive in-game event where human AI will gather around where they're being born and bash them to death.
Save the willies!
And then,
What?
You'll have protesters as well.
Save the willies!
Save the willies.
The little squishy eggs.
The willies.
Oh god.
Hey, I would totally do a quest called Save the Willies where you have to run around and like save all the eggs before other people or like the AI come over and smash them.
Oh, like randomly spawned
I'd
eggs.
complete the
AI.
quest by just
Yeah.
killing the AI.
We have
Yeah.
me and Egg were talking quite a while ago, and we were saying this part was mainly my idea, but it was to have. So the way that Williams are born is they're almost in like a. They're obviously born to a queen, and the eggs look similar to frog spawn, so you can see them inside of the weird frog spawn egg, like moving around. But for humans, they're going to be a delicacy, so you can have William fetus on a stick, similar to a rat on a stick.
You just like put it in a straw and just suck it out.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Boba tea!
It's
Oh, boy.
it's essentially boba tea.
Yeah. Yeah, except bearing in mind these are like the size of footballs.
It's just boba tea for Vulcans.
Oh, I mean, then you're talking like levels of like on crayfish, you know?
Mm.
You just pop and slurp.
Pop and slurp.
Moving on.
Nahmir has asked, depending on funding, how long will the game be in development? Is there a time estimate for when it will be finished?
That depends on how much the funding gets to. So let's say it reached similar heights as Dodd, Day of Dragons. So if we hit 500,000, then I would probably say if we had that amount, we could hire a bunch more people.
Turn
It
out
still
to be
takes
being
time.
sure.
A quality project still takes time.
Yeah, maybe
It will take time.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah, that sounds pretty decent.
But the more funding we get, the more money we get, the more we can push out the game.
The more people we can hire to help us, so we don't get
exactly.
overburdened, and we just need like 2 weeks breaks, no more. It slows down time.
Mhm.
Stuff.
So the more people we can get, the faster we can move this along. If you mean for it to be playable, though, I would honestly say once we hit Kickstarter and we get a certain amount, I would probably say 6 months for it to be playable, like in a decent state that we're happy with. But for it to be finished, yeah, 2 to 3 years easily, right?
I mean, there's some games out there that still aren't finished. They've been around 6-7 years, and they just get better and better.
I mean, look at Star Citizen. They've made $671 million or something from their funding, and they've been working for 10 years, and they're still in alpha. I mean, there's lots of things about that because it's dumb what they do. They recently they didn't do an update for like a few months, and they released cloth physics for when an AI gets out of a bed. People were not happy with that. do the game Season Gen says do the game have good meme potential? Hope we find some fun bugs. We'll add some stuff. We may keep some bugs if they're funny.
So,
I make unintentionally William spin.
Yes.
Yeah, breakdance.
Hey, the breakdancing William is awesome.
Have him somewhere hidden in an unreachable cave and just hear some thumping of him spinning around.
Or you have William Space Program, or instead of, remember Skyrim at first, where if you got hit by a giant, you basically just went yeeting into the air.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Can we make the Volgan do that?
Yeah, Volgan hits.
Turn into a giant balloon and just. Like a 1 in 1,000 chance every time you like kill a Volgan, and just like it'll puff up into a balloon and just float off into space.
Oh, especially Williams could probably do that before.
Oh my god, that would be awesome! A
Just,
1
like,
in 1,000
helium
chance of killing a William, and he just pops into a balloon and floats off.
He becomes the balloon.
So MoonCloud247, this may be a silly question, but will this game be available on Steam? I'm very new here. I've literally found Wings of Dawn by chance a few days ago. By any chance, were you one of the people that just had, with that massive influx of players, influx of arrivals, which was insane, by the way, that amount. I think it was like 30 or 40 people joined yesterday.
Oh yeah.
No idea why. I think it was a bunch of clans joined. Anyway, yeah, it'll be on Steam eventually. I think that's all the questions. Unless anyone's writing anything up. Anyone? Oh, do any of the staff members have any questions?
Louis, do you have any questions for us?
No.
are you
on the
sure?
spot.
Are you sure?
Is there an
about
Easter
that?
egg where we can beat Echo?
I hope
Yeah.
so.
Echo's location.
And then say it and he's deafened, goddamn.
Whenever you want to find Echo on any server, it will be on the main menu page, so you can go to, he's on EU2.
Anybody, literally, if Echo joins, he will automatically be grouped to everybody, so everybody can see his icon, his name off in the distance.
And there will be a
So
big reward
cool.
for killing him.
Oh, here's a silly thing.
Achievements.
A silly thing to end it for everyone. What element would you have? So, if you could make your own dragon for in-game, like if we made enough money and we finished it, and we went, okay, all the developers can have a dragon. What element would you choose?
Frost.
So we have ice.
Ice, fire, water, lightning, and acid.
I do fire.
I'm somewhere
Why?
torn between like a storm dragon or a plague dragon.
That's literally
Well, that would be like lightning
So-
or poison.
Yeah, like
Like
Yeah.
acid.
That's a tough one.
I mean,
Yeah, mine would probably be an acid.
kind of go back to D&D on this one when you're like, well, what flavor of dragon do you want to be? Well, let's pick the color.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the color.
Red, copper, gold.
I'd say ice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would definitely do like, I mean, not even really just ice, frost breath, like just blow out this liquid nitrogen-esque gaseous breath.
I'd
What?
say
Fire.
not even like ice breath. I'd say like just a dragon with fur that lives in cold. Because I like the cold, but I live in a very hot place. And if I am a nice dragon, I can dream of being in a cold country.
Oh, actually,
That's sad.
it
That's
re-
very sad.
It reminds me, someone not in this, but I think in general chat a while ago asked how the demo was going to work for when the game's actually released. So I'm going to quickly go through that. When the demo is released for the actual game itself, so when we finished it, or just in the future, we're going to have a free So demo people can join any server they want to. However, they will only be able to choose 3 things. You can play as a William, because that'd be fun. You can play as a caveman sort of race, so they're more ancient ancestors, so they're stupid. So you won't be able to use any items from any other people. You can only use the items that you craft, or that your tribe crafts, I suppose. So you can only use like clubs and stone tools, that sort of thing. It's just to help you understand the basics of the game. And then the third one is I think we decided it was going to be a small type of dragon, wasn't it?
Yes,
with its own unique element, which, well, not element. It's going to be sort of like a lizard that squirts blood from its eyes.
Yeah. It is going to be a small dragon. It will be able to fly, but it's not going to be overpowered by any means. It is so that you can you can test and see what the game has to offer, basically. So
Kind of
if
a
you like the
demo of
game,
flight
you can...
mechanics.
Yeah. So if you like the game, and you can spend the money, whatever price we will define it by then, and you get the access to full booster and game.
We thought this would be a good idea, just because many games don't do demos, and normally if there is a demo, it's normally for like you only get to play it for an hour, and I don't think an hour is enough time to gauge on if you want to get it or not. So we will be doing this system, and then you can have a. So even if you want to play with some friends, but you don't have the main game itself, you could just be like a caveman with your human friends, or you could just be a William, or just a blood squirting dragon.
It's a small lizard.
A woman?
Hmm?
You mean a woman? There's quite blood.
We weren't gonna go there.
Oh, please don't go there.
Well, women are not, sentient. Anyway.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go.
Uh,
I called us for a lizard.
For anybody who is listening, that was a joke. Do not take
wasn't.
it seriously.
I'm not taking it.
Clack, I'm going to fly over there and smack you with an antelope leg.
Do it.
Oh, for plus
will.
5 points.
When I have money.
Kinky.
I will allow
which
it.
means you have to pay me.
Yeah. No.
So Clack gets pays people to get beaten up.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, some people like that.
Yeah, some people do. Weirdos.
I regret making that antelope leg now.
Heck,
I really need
must
to make it a
regret
weapon.
making a lot of things in the dev discourse that we won't discuss.
I just
Oh,
want to
yeah.
say that my dragon would be a lightning dragon.
Ah, right, yeah.
I would probably go for ice. I have. I actually realized there was a question. Did we skip it by accident, or did somebody actually delete it? Oh, it was deleted. Never mind.
Brings this to an end. I don't think anyone has any more questions. So I'm gonna...
No, it does not look like any questions that I can see.
Did we say thank you for like 1,000 members or whatever?
Oh right,
We have
yeah.
to do
Thank you
that.
for 1,000 members, everyone, and we wouldn't be here without you. And
That sounds very
I'd
enthusiastic.
Like to thank my mum. No, I wouldn't. Had no.
I'd like to think.
Thank
I'd
the
like to
members of the
thank the
community
Academy.
for this.
I'd like
Right?
to thank-
I'd like to thank the Academy.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
I have a question.
Oh, who's saying?
I have a
this?
question
It's like,
for me
yes.
personally. Yes. So I was thinking about it, and I was wondering to myself, like, if I would see people in game as baby dragons, and if they would try to eat me. And then I thought, where do we spawn? So do we have spawn points already figured out?
So humans will have the option to spawn in a safe zone, or they will spawn on a beach, not inside. Dragons will spawn depending on their element in their specific region, or they can spawn in a nest. Humans also, if you eventually put down a bed, you'll be able to. That'll be as like a set spawn point that you can spawn at. So sort of, yeah.
Just wanted to check because I was just thinking about it and I was like, hold on, I don't know if we ever really talked about that. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to work the same way as quite a few survival games. So you spawn on the coast, work your way inland. Obviously that's different for dragons, where they'll spawn just in their biome. So you know, the ice wyvern will spawn in the snowy areas.
Not just the snowy area, the snowy area.
Exactly.
Yes.
But yeah, the dragons will spawn in its own region, and the spawn location within that region will be randomized. You avoid people from spawn camping, obviously.
Oh, quickly, hold on. Emmy is typing saying, let's all just wait for this person to finish so we can finish. Everyone start telling them to hurry up and type.
Please.
No, that's mean.
How many skins will there be in each Kickstarter tier? Like, will there be multiple skins you can choose from if you pay £30? So all previous skins, depending on your tier, you will get. There won't be. I think we're gonna have an option with one of the higher tiers where you can choose your own dragon. Where you can choose their own skin. For that, we actually have to do some. What were the human bonuses? What did they have skins for something?
Yeah, humans did also have skins.
Yeah, well, not skins. They have. Was it sandals and stuff? Or armor? I think it was armor.
It's also because
it was banners, crests, and stuff. What was it, like?
I don't know. It's just cool stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
I
cool
think we did talk about armor. We did talk about saddles and mounting equipment, and even like sails and ships and stuff. So it's like everywhere. I guess we haven't like really thought about it directly yet.
Yes, Louis. Humans don't have skins because we don't want like bright pink or stupid skins.
Neon green humans.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd probably have like the standard skin spectrum.
Yeah.
Just imagine though.
We could just make that a slider, honestly, and then it's.
Slide pale or like yellowish to pink to red to brown to black.
Somebody makes a wreck.
Oh yeah,
oh. Oh god, could you imagine someone making a Shrek and then like just parking in the swamp or the jungle?
Oh, that would be
This
horrifying.
is my swamp.
All you can hear is somebody in a somebody in a Shrek body color and within some sort of camo colored green armor gear, sitting in a bush. And whenever somebody goes into the swamp, all you can hear is, "This is my swamp," and you don't see anybody. You just hear it coming from a weird direction, and you're just.
Get out from a swamp!
I think I should go to bed. I really cannot keep awake.
Yeah, we need to go to bed. It's getting late here.
I think we'll call that to an end. So thank you everyone so much for 1,000 members, and I hope we get 1,000 more. We hopefully will have something playable in the coming weeks. I'm not going to say how long, because some things behind the scenes have happened which we won't mention here. Not yet anyway. But we should hopefully have some fun. Echo's map is looking fantastic. Fenrir is putting some hard work into the code, so I think just to let you guys know, the Williams are playable. And is Williams close to being finished or finished?
It's close.
It's
I
close.
just have to hammer out a few bugs.
Yeah, and then we'll be
William
sure.
will be playable.
Yeah, so this is great. Anyway, thank you all so much. I hope you all have a great night. Everyone say good night.
Hello.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Everyone who wishes to stay, as I am still going to be doing a live stream kind of thing, you know, you guys are welcome to. Other than that, how are you?
What?
I'm doing staying in for a little bit, so.
Koi's doing a live stream.
Yes, I am.